Greetings. Hope all is well in your world. My name's Kerry Yeoman. I am a unit owner here in the condo, Unit 102, but I'm also chairman of a newly formed committee called the Survey Committee, which was chartered by the board to address and review communications between the board and members of the condo. Today, we as a committee would like to introduce to you and walk you through the new tool that we've created called Hey 512W. At this point, I'd also like to thank those on the committee that were also very instrumental in coming up with this notion and concept and introducing it to you today. Debbie, Ruth, Louisa, and myself. So let's get started. So what is Hey 512W? So it's really a very simple, easy vehicle to submit to board suggestions, feedback, questions, concerns, recognition, which is always fun, just about anything. You can submit either via named or anonymously, and we'll talk more about anonymous later in this presentation. Submissions will be secure, documented, acknowledged, and at all possible acted on by the board. At each board meeting, a time on the agenda will be set aside called Hey 512W to share and discuss all these submissions. A little bit about timeframes. So it was agreed upon that we try out this new program for 3 months, and at the end of 3 months, we would take a look, both committee and as well as board members, to see if there was value and whether to continue or not. The official launch of this pilot will begin at the annual meeting January 8th. Final details and how to YouTube enablement videos will also be available at the meeting for you to review and to share amongst yourselves. So how does it work? There's really going to be three methods of submission for you: email, walk-in, and via the US Postal. Let's take a look at email. So very easy for a member to submit via email. All you need to do is address to hey512w@gmail.com, as you can see here in the presentation. In the subject matter, we would ask you to have a little bit of a description included, and then in the body of the email, a little bit more detail on what you actually are, the thoughts that you want to be addressed by the board. When the submitter sends, they will automatically be acknowledged by a reply email that you see here that basically thanks them for the submission and sets expectations on what will happen next. The second method is via walk-in. And what happens here is that you can write either on the form that we will include, a submission form that you'll be able to find in the lobby, put it in an envelope, address it to 512 West Venice Avenue and care of Hey 512W, and slip it through the email slot of the door of the office in the condominium. Again, you will receive via email a thank you response, again, to set your expectation on what you can expect next. The third method is via US Postal. This is really designed for folks that are currently not physically here in Venice, but maybe back at home and they want to submit something. They can do this via US Postal. They can, in an envelope, either use a copy of the submission form or basically any kind of paper or note and put in your thoughts and address it to 5112 West Venice Avenue and care of Hey 512W. Again, for method 3, you will as well receive an acknowledgement via email on what the next steps will be. So how it works, named submissions versus anonymous submissions. So we believe the majority of these submissions will be done via email, but we really want to leave it open for you to be able to submit in any possible way that feels comfortable to you. Again, we give you three methods: email, walk-in, or US Postal, but we also feel that submitting something anonymous is very important to the success of this program. But we do prefer named submissions to allow for the board to ask for additional information to better understand and address submissions. For all submissions, especially anonymous submissions, please provide constructive thoughts and, if at all possible, a recommended solution or action. And just to let you know, the board may decide any submission, either named or anonymous, may not be appropriate to share and discuss at a board meeting. So, some miscellaneous items. New submissions checked weekly by board members. We will check in on the system so we can very quickly address new submissions and submit them to the next board meeting. At each board meeting, a time on the agenda will be set aside called Hey 512 to share and discuss these submissions. If a submission is discussed and board member agrees to act on it, then it is business as usual and in terms of how the board proceeds with that submission. And the Hey 512 submission forms will be provided in the lobby. So if you have any questions, please feel free to send those questions to me at cjysouth61@gmail.com. We're very excited about this new program. Hopefully that you'll take advantage of it to enhance the communications between members of the condo and the board. And we are very looking forward to hearing you and improve how things are working. Again, Kerry Yeoman signing off. Thank you very much. See you soon.